Starting with the CML, and CML is, as we know, it is coming under the myeloproliferative neoplasm. So I am telling you briefly about myeloproliferative neoplasm. Myeloproliferative neoplasm is clonal stem cell disorder. Each and every word is important. Myeloproliferative neoplasm is clonal stem cell disorder, means whatever the disorder is there, it is originating from stem cell and there will be clonality. So it is all myeloproliferative neoplasm, whatever they are clonal and origin from the stem cell disorder. And CML is one of the category of myeloproliferative neoplasm. So what happens in the myeloproliferative neoplasm? There is an overproduction of the one series. If there is an overproduction of the one series, like if there is an overproduction of the white cell, then it will be called as a CML. It will be termed as CML. If there is an overproduction of the RBC, then it will be termed as a polycythemia vera. Likewise, if there is an increased platelet, then it will be called essential thrombocythemia. So these diseases are coming under this. So what is CML? Today's topic is about CML, chronic. CML is chronic myeloid leukemia. Chronic means the diseases arise from mature cell. It is not from stem cell. Though the defect is, listen carefully, defect is in stem cell, but it affect or it is carried away, defect is carried away in the mature stem cell. So it is chronic disorder, means disorder is of mature stem cell, mature cell, whatever will be the product of that cell or final product is mature cell. So there is a defect of mature cell. And which lineage it is going to be involved in this is myeloid, means all the cell except lymphocyte are coming under the myeloid. We see the hierarchy also. In hierarchy, all the cell except lymphocytes are coming under the myeloid lineage. Now leukemia, we know it is a neoplastic proliferations of the stem cell. So this is chronic neoplastic proliferations of the cell. So chronic myeloid leukemia. Now we have classification. CML, as CML is coming under the MPN, myeloproliferative neoplasm. So this is WHO classification of the myeloproliferative neoplasm. One thing is CML, then chronic neutrophilic leukemia, chronic eosinophilic leukemia, primary myelofibrosis, essential thrombocythemia, and mastocytosis, not mast cell disease. Mast cell disease was in 2008, but the term has been deleted from 2008 and the word mastocytosis is there. In mastocytosis coming are cutaneous or systemic mast cell. And the what new thing added in 2016? Pre-fibrotic and overt fibrotic stage. So CML is here in WHO classification under the MPN. What is FAB classification of CML? According to the FAB classification, chronic granulocytic leukemia, atypical CML, and chronic myelomonocytic leukemia. We are recalling the thing. Atypical CML is coming in WHO classification. Where does it stand? In MPN/MDS category. So just forget that. The FAB classification of CML is chronic granulocytic leukemia, atypical CML, and chronic myelomonocytic leukemia. This is classical CML. Now CGL can be Philadelphia chromosome positive as well as negative. But in both condition it show positivity of BCR-ABL positive gene, means this novel gene will be there. Either it can be Philadelphia negative as well as Philadelphia negative. Here the mystery is, we know the hallmark of the CML is Philadelphia chromosome, but here it is Philadelphia negative, though it is classical CML. Why? Because there is a cryptic translocation is there. We cannot see it by the karyotyping. We just able to see this translocation, BCR-ABL translocation via FISH or molecular technique. So though it is BCR-ABL positive, but Philadelphia chromosome is negative. Now in atypical CML, it is Philadelphia negative, as well as there is a no BCR-ABL. The same thing is in chronic myelomonocytic leukemia, no Philadelphia, no BCR-ABL positivity. In chronic myelomonocytic leukemia, more and more monocytes are there, and in atypical CML, monocytes are in between classical CML or CMML. So this is about the classification part, WHO and FAB classification. Now coming on to stress, this is just recalling the previous lecture. This is hematopoietic stem cell. From this myeloid lineage and lymphoid lineage, the precursor cell, whatever the precursor cell will be, it is blast. In the case of myeloid, proerythroblast, myeloblast, monoblast. In the lymphoid, from the lymphoid, lymphoblast will be there. Whatever the cell are coming before this line, before drawing these lines are blast. So whatever the cell, whatever the malignancy arising from the blast is called acute, whether it can be AML or ALL. If it is from myeloid, then it is called AML, and if it is from the lymphoid, it will be called ALL. So the important thing is, in acute leukemia arising from the blast and chronic leukemia arising from the mature cell. That's why I told you chronic means arising from the mature cells. Mean the CML is chronic, so it is arising from the mature cell. Now what happens in the CML? All the granulocytic lineage, neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil, these all are granulocytes. So there is a increased proliferation, overproduction. Means I told you in CML there is a overproduction of the white cell. So specifically of the granulocytic lineage, eosinophil, neutrophil and basophil, they are going to overproduce. Now MPN, that is chronic myeloproliferative neoplasm, is divided on the basis of BCR-ABL positivity. MPN is divided into the two, BCR-ABL positive or BCR-ABL negative. So BCR-ABL positivity is seen in CML. There are so many MPN, the list is here. BCR-ABL positivity seen in CML, while other one are like polycythemia vera, essential thrombocythemia and myelofibrosis show BCR-ABL negativity. There are some other mutation like in polycythemia vera, JAK2 mutation, or specifically there one more is 617F mutation. In ET and MF there will be JAK2, MPL and calreticulin. Either this mutation is there. So MPN are divided on the basis of BCR-ABL positivity. Now in CML show BCR-ABL positivity. So this is the pathogenesis of the CML. What happens in CML? This is chromosome number 9 and this is chromosome number 22. Here at chromosome number 9, at the long arm of the chromosome 9, there is a gene. This is proto-oncogen, ABL gene. ABL is Ebelsten gene, is located here at the long arm chromosome 9, and here at chromosome 22, BCR, breakpoint cluster region is here. So this ABL gene is translocated from this part to this part. So this is balanced translocation or reciprocal translocation is there in case of CML. This is the pathogenesis part. So what will be the end product? In the end product, BCR and ABL has been fused here. So BCR and ABL is fused here. So there is a creation of novel gene. So there is a production of BCR-ABL novel gene in the case of CML. So this is the pathogenesis part. We know ABL is a proto-oncogen. After this mutation, BCR-ABL positive, it become the oncogene. And we know any gene will encode the protein part via the transcription and translation. This will form mRNA, and after translation will form protein, and a specific protein is tyrosine kinase. So BCR-ABL will encode the tyrosine kinase enzyme. But we know this is a mutation. This is why this product is being formed after the mutation. So this has some abnormal activity. Normally tyrosine kinase show the will maintain or cell growth. It is a related with the cell growth cycle or maintain the growth of the cell, but here there is a uncoordinated proliferation of the cell. So after, when this mutated tyrosine kinase is there is a unregulated, uncontrolled proliferation of the cell. So the main part is there is a BCR-ABL translocation. This is balanced translocation, or also called as a reciprocal translocation. Novel gene has been created via this tyrosine. It will encode the tyrosine kinase, and there will be the proliferation, uncontrolled proliferation of the cell. Via this, there may be three gene product will be there: P210, P230, and P190. Depends on the weight, kilodalton. P210 kilodalton, 230 and P290. The important is 210. This is seen 90% of the cases in the CML. 210 kilodalton protein is here, and 190 is seen in case of ALL, and the rest of the cases 230 kilodalton protein is seen. So this is pathogenesis part. Now how we will diagnose? The CML? So before diagnosis, there are some clinical feature. In short, I will tell you the most important thing is splenomegaly. That even the spleen come 10 centimeter below the costal margin. So because of that, there will be dragging sensation. The other are lymphadenopathy, hepatomegaly, weight loss will be there, fever will be there. So these are the clinical feature. Now coming to the diagnosis part. Now diagnosis is, first thing is by the PBF, then bone marrow aspiration, and bone marrow histology. In PBF, what happens? In PBS we see the RBC lineage will be, there will be anemia. And what kind of anemia? Normocytic normochromic anemia. But in some time macrocytic anemia can be seen because there is a increased WBC count, and that WBC will utilize the folic acid, so there is a decreased folic acid will be there, and because of that decreased folic acid there will be macrocytic anemia may be seen. Now what happens in the normal? It is normocytic normochromic. The WBC series leukocytosis is seen, and in leukocytosis the important thing is blast, normally less than 3%, but can be seen up to 5%, but should be below 9%. Now other thing is myelocyte. All the stages of maturation like myelocyte, metamyelocytes, band form, and neutrophils. So these maturation stages, all the stages of maturation are seen, but importantly myelocyte and neutrophil. So we called it as a myelocyte bulge. Myelocyte bulge is seen. So WBC show leukocytosis. Now what happens in the platelet? Platelet can be reduced normal, and normally we see the thrombocytosis. So the platelet show thrombocytosis. This will reflect the bone marrow also. So in bone marrow, what is going to happen? In bone marrow aspiration, there will be erythroid series will show decrease. RBC precursor form is erythroid. So in bone marrow, erythroid depletion, erythroid hypoplasia, and in WBC myeloid is a precursor. So in bone marrow myeloid hypoplasia. So what will be the ratio of myeloid erythroid? Myeloid erythroid ratio is going to decrease. So ME ratio ME ratio is going to increase. Normally ME ratio is 4 raised to 1 to 20 raised to 1, but in this case ME ratio increases up to 40 raised to 1 or more than that. Now in platelet there will be megakaryocytes are more and more, because in the normal case of the CML there is increase in the platelet, so there will be thrombocytosis. So increase megakaryocytes can be increased. So this will be bone marrow part and this is your PBF part. Okay, part of the megakaryocytes and the type of proliferation in bone marrow, two type of proliferations can be seen, either granulocytic proliferation or granulocytic megakaryocytic proliferation can be seen in biopsy, because in biopsy we see the histology, architecture, topography. So either this or that, either there will be granulocytic proliferation alone or bilinear proliferation, that is increase in granulocyte as well as megakaryocytic proliferation. The important thing in the CML or MPN is they are progressive disease and show transition from one disease to other. All these diseases can transform or can change from one to another. Like CML can go into PMF, CML can go into the ET, or this can go into that. So they are progressive disease, they can show transition. Why CML can go into the PMF? Because in CML there is a proliferation of megakaryocytes also, so there will be increased platelet and they will produce some growth factor, platelet derived growth factor, and because of that there will be fibrosis, and because of that fibrosis that can lead to the PMF, that is primary myelofibrosis. The conclusion is in CML, because of the fibrosis via platelet derived growth factor, that can convert into the PMF, so they come in differential diagnosis also. So they are transitional diseases, can transform from one to another. Now this is bone marrow biopsy. So in short, what are the modalities of the diagnosis? One thing via PBF, then bone marrow. In bone marrow biopsy as well as aspirate. Other thing for diagnosis is RT-PCR, that is molecular. Because the pathogenesis is BCR-ABL translocation, so via RT-PCR we diagnose the BCR-ABL positivity. So RT-PCR, or other thing is RT-qPCR. Via this we quantitate the number of BCR-ABL transcript, कि what is the load, कितनी cells में BCR-ABL positivity is there, because at the last part we have to regulate that. So what is the level of that transcript? So these are the modality. The other important thing is NAP score, that is neutrophil alkaline phosphatase score. NAP score is decreased in the case of CML, because in CML whatever the cells are going to produce, increased granulocytes are there, increased granulocytic series is there, but they are functionally not active. So because of their functional inactivity, this alkaline phosphatase score is decreased in the case of CML, while in the normal condition, in leukemoid condition, this thing is increased. So there is a short note or difference between, come in your exam, what is the difference between leukemoid reaction and CML? Then this NAP score will come into play. NAP score is decreased in case of CML, and what is the normal score is 40 to 100, but in this CML case it comes down to 20, 0 to 20. So these are the differential diagnosis. So these are how do we diagnose the CML? Now coming to the differential diagnosis. In differential diagnosis of CML will be chronic neutrophilic leukemia, PMF, ET, because they show the transition, so they will be coming to the differential diagnosis, and the important one being the leukemoid reaction. In leukemoid reaction there is a no BCR-ABL positivity, no hepatosplenomegaly is there, and no basophilia, eosinophilia or granulocytes increase, means there will be no associated with the eosinophilia and basophilia, while in CML splenomegaly, hepatomegaly, and increased eosinophil and increased basophil count is there. CML. There are three phases of CML. First one being the chronic phase, then come the accelerated phase, and then come the blastic phase. In chronic phase, the blast count usually up to the less than 5%, but can reach up to the 9%, but should be below 9%. In accelerated phase, they reaches up to 19% blast, varies between 10 to 19%, and in the blastic phase the blast percentage are more than 20% blast. Now in blastic phase, that means the CML has converted into the acute leukemia, and this acute leukemia may be of AML type or ALL type, but in the majority of the cases 70% time this is AML. Now the question arises in your mind ki why CML can convert into the blastic phase, because as in the first term I told, this is clonal stem cell disorder. Whatever the disorder, like genetic disorder, here is BCR-ABL novel gene is produced, so this disorder is there in the stem cells itself. So from stem cell the two lineages arise, myeloid and lymphoid, so this defect is there in the stem cell, so they can convert into, so this CML can convert into the ALL as well as in AML, because of the defect lies in at the level of stem cell level. Now WHO 16 has some modified criteria to be called it as the accelerated phase, like persistent increase in WBC count more than 10,000 per microliter, persistent thrombocytosis means persistent thrombocytosis more than 10 lakh, persistent thrombocytopenia less than 1 lakh, increase in basophil count more than 20% likewise. And apart from this, on the response to the tyrosine kinase therapy, means if they are resistant to tyrosine kinase therapy, then they will come into the accelerated phase criteria. Now in the blast phase, I told you the more than 20% blast. So these are the three phases of CML. Now what our aim is? Our aim is to reduce the WBC count in CML. So in the treatment part, first thing the clinician do is lower down the TSC count. Now I am coming to the treatment part. I am telling you about the treatment part. The clinician want to do in the case of CML, he wants to lower down the WBC count. Then he want to relieve the symptoms like splenomegaly, whatever the symptom, fever, lymphadenopathy or any pain, whatever is there, the symptomatic relief. Then metabolic relief, because of CML more and more uric acid is there. Serum alkaline phosphatase is increased. Remember, serum alkaline phosphatase is increased, but neutrophil alkaline phosphatase NAP is decreased. So don't confuse, ma'am, ki alkaline phosphatase is increased or decreased. Serum alkaline phosphatase is going to increase, and because of uric acid and other transcobalamin, there are some symptoms, and because of this physician is giving allopurinol. He want to relieve that symptom, so decrease the TSC count is aim, symptomatic relief, and because of this biochemical product, he wants some metabolic relief also. Patient wants some relief from this also. And other is physician want to monitor the level of the transcript of BCR-ABL in how many cells, how much positivity is showing. So BCR-ABL transcript level via RT-PCR means how many cells are showing BCR-ABL positivity, and molecular response also. How whatever the hematopoietic cells are showing the positivity, the clinician want to target that and wants molecular response also. For this, some drugs are there, tyrosine kinase inhibitor, because in pathogenesis tyrosine kinase play important role. So the physician is giving tyrosine kinase inhibitor. Example is nilotinib. Nilotinib is newer one, then older one is imatinib, nilotinib, and To reduce the uric acid or metabolic symptom, physician is giving allopurinol. And lastly, bone marrow transplantation is our choice. Now, in CML, you have remembered the definition. CML, chronic myeloid leukemia, that is mature cell in myeloid and leukemia. Then WHO classification and FAB classification. So classification part, then definition part, then clinical feature, and then how do you diagnose? Diagnosis via PBF and bone marrow and molecular via RT-PCR. In PBF, lineage, RBC, WBC and platelet. And in WBC, importantly, there will be leukocytosis. Along with this, eosinophilia and basophilia, and monocyte also going to increase. So platelet increase and erythroid or RBC are decreased. So this same thing will reflect in bone marrow, and in molecular we are measuring the BCR-ABL transcript level. So this is our basis. And then lastly, by NAP score. NAP score is decrease in case of CML. So this was all about your CML. Okay, thank you very much.